while there is an infinitesimally small portion of the female population who has a killer body. Perfect skin with zero effort whatsoever. This is not the case most of the time. I lived for a short period of time with two women who were, not to put a fine point on it, absolutely gorgeous. One was a dance instructor and was the pretty, very pleasingly curvy or incredible rack. A little short but in a cute way. With beautiful big brown eyes and perfectly springy curly dark hair that curved down her back in voluminous waves. The other one was tall with legs that went all the way up to the ceiling, clear cobalt eyes. People often thought that she wore contacts to make them that particular shade of blue, and gorgeous long blonde hair that went down to her hips like a gold curtain. I mean, I was actually shocked at how pretty they were. Plus, I mean, they were generally nice ladies. I will say that they were kinda lacking in the brains department. But they weren't vapid spoiled bitches, either. But oh my goodness gravy were they high maintenance. Our bathroom was an absolute and total wreck with makeup fallout. Like, no matter how much I tried to clean the counters, they were always dusted with bronzer and sticky with hairspray. The walls of the bathroom were absolutely plastered with hair. The linen closet in the hallway was filled top to bottom with shoes. They spent at least an hour each in the bathrooms in the morning. Clothes everywhere. Their diets were exact. They were always at the gym. I mean, it takes a lot of effort to look that hot. It really does. And since it takes so much effort, it takes up a lot of time. It becomes a constant conversation topic, because you're thinking about it. Neither of them could seem to keep a boyfriend for very long. I mean, there was literally a rotating cast of characters. There was never a shortage of men, but none of them stuck around. And both of the ladies did want boyfriends, not just one-night stands. I honestly think that the amount of time and effort they put into their looks was part of the reason. That and, again, nice ladies, but not exactly the brightest bulbs. I found talking to them rather dull, because conversation tended to revolve around the last episode of The Bachelor, or something to do with makeup, clothes, diet, or gossip about somebody I didn't know. I don't think many men want to have a partner like that. I mean, they probably definitely appreciate the end result. But, again, the amount of effort that takes to maintain is pretty extraordinary. Plus, the most attractive women tend to have high standards when it comes to attractiveness in potential mates. Which, I mean, to a certain extent it is reasonable. I mean, if you're putting all this effort into looking hot, you probably want somebody who's of similar caliber, but also cuts down your options. A lot of what you want is a 9/10 or 10/10 in the looks department. And, of course, some of them are bitches. But you get unattractive people who are not pleasant, either, so I do think there's also a bit of an entitlement thing, since if you look good and you always look good, you are going to get a ton of positive attention all the time and you get used to it. Literally, when we moved out of that place, they had a horde of men show up to carry everything out for them. They even carried my stuff out because the blonde one told them to do it. I was like, no, really? That's okay, but then I got run over by a bunch of hot dudes desperately trying to do their bidding, so I just let them do it. Whatever, it was actually somewhat amusing. But yeah, they definitely expected primo treatment. They were used to it. I can see how all of this would make them tough to date.